that she really just wants to be the Kent State girl of the YouTube beauty community. Like, she sees the success that other extremist right-wing political figures get. She sees what being super obnoxious and super just outrageous on social media, she sees the success that that can bring people. And so now that's kind of what she has decided to do.
And all I have to say to this is, like, let's all stop giving Amanda Ensing her fucking time in the sun. If she wants to be a crazy Trump supporter, that's her prerogative.
You're not your usual lighter shade that you used to be. You're much darker now. Jackie Aina would have probably kept her mouth shut and not said anything.
No, girl, like, why would you tweet something like that when something horrific like domestic tea is happening? Like, again, you don't make sense.
Amanda Ensing thinks for some fucking reason that her persecution of loving fucking guns and praising God and thinking that she's fucking Esther from the Bible when she's really more like Esther from the movie fucking Orphan is absolutely repugnant. And I refuse to sit here and let that be a fucking thing.
Welcome to the internet, where if your opinion doesn't align with everyone else's, you cancel the house.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So before I get started, per usual, I want to remind you to please go to my website at www.letstalkdarling.com. Please swipe up to the top where you can follow me on all my social media platforms while they last, and swipe down to the bottom where you can do two things. The number one thing is to enter in your email address so that I can stay in contact with you and send you exclusive interesting articles or posts that I wouldn't normally put on social media because, as you know, we have to be super, super careful these days. And number two, I have a donate button on that page as well, where you can donate to the channel, also to my Give Back initiative that I'm trying to do, which at this point, everything that's going to the channel, to the donate button, is going to go to that. But you can read up on that on the page as well. The other thing I want to mention is I have a merch store on there. If you want to go buy any merch that's on the website, it is 25% off if you use the code Grateful25. And I hope that you in some way or another support the channel, whether it be to donate, to buy some merch, to share, whatever you can do. I really appreciate it. Last but not least, before we get started on today's topic, which is a follow-up to the Amanda Ensing video that I did, I want to express a huge, huge thanks to all of you guys who have been supporting the channel from the very beginning, who are new to the channel and have subscribed. I really, really appreciate you so, so much. It's just great to, make all these new friends in the community and, get exposed to people that haven't been part of the channel in the past. All right, so let's talk about Amanda Ensing again. So I posted a video the other day, I will link it in the description box below, where I felt I really needed to come to the defense of Amanda. Now, I prefaced in my video that previously I did not follow Amanda. I did not know who she was. Granted, I'm 40 years old. I think she might be in her 20s. I'm more than 40, but we'll just round it down. She might be in her 20s, and I do follow a few beauty influencers, but haven't followed any of the newer people that have been out there in the last couple of years. But anyway, she came across my path, and I think it was right at the perfect time, because what she was talking about was something that I am very passionate about, which is protecting the conservative movement, fighting for our rights and freedoms as Americans, and just exposing truth in a world where there is so much fakeness and hypocrisy. So I posted that video. There were tons of comments, most of them positive, but there were a few comments that I saw that I really felt like I wanted to address. And I'm not gonna put the people that made those comments out there, but you can go through and read the comments for yourself. But what I did do was I made kind of a little list of some of the reoccurring arguments that people were having as to why Amanda and what she was doing and what she was saying was not valid and they didn't respect her. So I felt like I needed to come back and explain myself a little bit and also kind of defend her in a way because, well, she's doing a great job of defending herself. That girl's a beast, number one. But number two, I think people still don't get what this is about, okay? So I wanted to make a follow-up video to explain that a little bit more. So one of the biggest things that I saw comment-wise from people who disagreed with her or disagreed with me for making a video about her was, is this how a Christian woman acts? And then they proceeded to like state things in her past, such as like boyfriends that she had dated, you know, in their situation, and posts she had made, all of which the post side I felt were taken way out of context and misread. Things such as she was, you know, promoting the violence at the Capitol. No, she was not. She was standing behind our president, and she was standing behind our right as Americans to fight for our freedom, to fight for what is right. And that in no way did she ever say, hey, I want, you know, people to go and be violent and hurt one another. She never said that. Neither did the president, by the way. So, you know, when I see people make those comments, I immediately like address it because people are so misinformed. And just because somebody is a Trump supporter, just because somebody loves our country, just because somebody loves God, doesn't mean that they support violence or any such thing. Okay. Which, you guys, Trump never supported violence. He was the one president we had that didn't incite any new wars. If he was a violent person, you would think that he would be all about that, and he never was. In fact, our country had never felt more safe than when he was president. But I'm not making this video about him. I'm making this video about Amanda. As far as the details about her personal life, I want to explain something here really quick because I get this quite a bit. Just because somebody is on social media and you see pictures or they're a public personality or you hear rumors about things doesn't mean it's true, okay? I found one of the comments extremely hilarious, saying something to the effect that one of Amanda's ex-boyfriends was a gay masseuse, okay? Now, I don't know if the boyfriend was if he was gay or if he was a masseuse. I don't know the facts around either of those things. But what I found extremely funny is the people that say that type of stuff are the same people that are like, we need to love everybody and respect who they identify with. And if somebody wants to identify as this person, or if somebody wants to be gay, we need to love them. We need to accept them. We need to welcome them in. You know, we need to change the signage on bathrooms so that those people can be welcomed into, you know, men can go into a woman's space or a woman can go into a man's space. So I think people who are making this statement about, you know, her personal life or her love life, you know, number one, you look extremely ignorant because you're the same type of person that is, you know, for everybody equal, everybody, you know, accepted, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so to you, I say, if Amanda wanted to date a gay masseuse or an ex-gay masseuse, what is it to you? Who cares? That's her life. What somebody does in their relationships, in the bedroom, in their personal life is none of your business. I said the same thing with Trump when people were coming after him about how many ex-wives he had, you know, how, you know, what the comparison was about how him and Melania interacted versus how Obama and Michelle interacted. Who cares? And what does that have to do with running the country? Your love life has nothing to do with your business or your purpose, okay? You guys don't know everything that's gone on in my life from the time I was born to now. Okay, you may want to think that I'm a certain way, but you don't know. The reality is you don't know. So to attack somebody for that is so pointless and so far from the overall reason for why what's happening to her is wrong. It has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that she has just as much right to express her opinion, no matter what side she stands on. She has every right to express her opinion and not lose brand deals, lose income, lose her job for that. I say that as somebody who myself has had my income impacted by the fact that I am a conservative YouTuber, and YouTube has decided that they want to silence our voices as conservatives. The same thing goes with all the other platforms we've been on. We have been shadow banned because they want to silence our voice. They did it to Trump. They're doing it to Amanda. They've done it to me. So there's 3 different levels of people as far as popularity wise. And don't think for a second that it's not going to come down and affect just any one of you at some point in your life. And that's why you really should have more respect. Even if you don't agree with Amanda's views politically, you should have respect for the fact that she is really taking a bullet and sacrificing quite a bit to stand by what she believes. And that's why we support her, because she's standing by what she believes emphatically, even against anything that's going to come as a result of her voicing her beliefs. That's what we respect. That's why we're supporting her, okay? Then you see comments like, oh, she's not all that. She's a fake Latina. What exactly is a fake Latina? Especially coming from the people who are more than willing to look at a guy who wants to identify as a girl and acknowledge that, well, he wants to be a girl, so we're gonna call him and we're gonna treat him like a girl. Even to the point where we're gonna pretend like men can get pregnant, that type of thing. You see what I'm saying? So it's so ignorant to say things like she's a fake Latina. You guys, her mom is Puerto Rican. I don't know what her dad is, but I understand that she's half Puerto Rican, half white. What does it matter what she is? What does it matter what color her skin is and whether that matches what you think your image of a Latina should look like or whatever? It doesn't matter. This is the problem, is we're so focused on people's ethnicities and their race and their color and all this other stuff and their gender. And we just completely, disavow everything else about that person because we don't like what they look like on the outside. Again, I go back to how we treated President Trump. Orange man, we don't like the way his hair is parted, we don't like the way he talks, we don't like the way he looks. Who cares? The man was a genius and he did miraculous things for this country. Stop focusing on the stupid things that don't matter. I wanted to bring this up as well because somebody said, oh, she's so fake. And I said, no offense against people in the beauty community, but isn't everybody in the beauty community just a little fake? And I only say that because, hello, we're sitting here on camera. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lights surrounding my face. Okay, if I were to turn this light down, you would see my skin completely different. I turn this light on and it softens my face, okay? So to a certain extent, anybody in the beauty community is a little bit fake because they're selling you a product, making you think that, your face is gonna look this way, when in reality, it's only gonna really look that way if you're constantly walking around with a full light kit, okay? Or you're face tuning every single picture. But face to face in real time, you're not gonna look that way, okay? I give the example of Nikki Tutorials. Okay, so for those of you who don't know Nikki Tutorials, Nikki, I think it was like a year ago now that she came out and admitted that she was transgendered. Now, Nikki didn't come out willingly wanting to admit she was transgendered. She had to admit she was transgendered because she was bullied by somebody who was also in the beauty community who threatened to out her basically and expose her, And I feel like that was so wrong because maybe she didn't want to expose that. Maybe that's a part of her life that she wanted to keep private. It's not that she's not proud of being transgendered. It's not that, she wanted to fool people, but it's not everybody's business what goes on in your life and everything about you. It's just not. So, but I bring this up because when she did that, when she came out and said, hey, listen, I wasn't going to talk about this, at least not anytime soon, but now I'm kind of forced to. I am acknowledging I am transgendered. I was born a man and I'm a woman, and people, supported that. And it was wonderful. Even me, who, you think, oh, she's a Trump supporter. She doesn't support transgender people. I want to make this very clear. I support anybody in anything that they want to do. I just don't want to be forced to believe or practice the way that you feel I should practice or believe what you feel I should believe. But I am respectful of everybody and their choices, whether you want to be gay or transgendered or whatever you want to be. I just don't have to sit here and like, you know, be forced to share a bathroom with you if I don't want to. I mean, there's some things where it just kind of needs to draw the line. Okay. So I wanted to bring that up as an example. But I just really wanted to come on here and talk about how they criticize Amanda's character and they're completely missing the message behind what she is trying to do and say. People are saying, well, she did this on purpose because she's coming out with a makeup brand of her own. And this was a way for her to promote her makeup and to, you know, kind of jump off. And somebody said, oh, this is beauty influencer brand launch 101 tactic or whatever. Again, another stupid comment, because I really feel like, what did she actually gain from this exactly? That's yet to be seen. Other than the fact that there's people like me supporting her, I think she's probably going through more turmoil and hurt than anything. Losing brand deals and, like, you know, people that she used to work with, her income's probably being impacted. Initially, she's probably going through more worse things than it is beneficial to her. And yes, she might be coming out with a brand and that brand might be great. Hopefully it is. I would love to try it, but I don't think that people go to these lengths to promote makeup deals, makeup brands. You know, I mean, I've seen people like Jeffree Star, who's had plenty of drama in the past couple of years, and his makeup brand, while it was very successful, you know, personally on his channel, he has really, really suffered a lot as a result of all the drama that he's kind of, like, you know, inserted himself in. So I just want to say to everybody, if you disagree with me, I completely 1000% respect the fact that you disagree with me. If you disagree with Amanda, same thing, okay? But please, please, please don't come on this channel. Don't come in the comments and say stupid stuff like the stuff I mentioned earlier on in this video. Just don't do it. I mean, it's one thing to argue and say, hey, I don't agree with what she's doing. I don't think, you know, she should have handled it that way. That's cool. We can have a conversation about that. But don't attack her character. Just don't do that, you guys. We have to get past this habit that we have formed as a society, where the first thing we do is go attack somebody's character. It's like, listen to what they're saying. Does it make sense? If it was you, if that was, you know, your business, your channel, your personal life, how would you feel about it? How would you want people to look at it? We need to put ourselves in other people's shoes for a second and stop being so selfish. You know, it's not just about boycotting Sephora and thinking that we're going to take an entire corporation down. No, but it's about sending a message. You know, look at the NBA. You know, when they started to go full woke and started to wear all these BLM t-shirts, you know, they really impacted their popularity because people started to get a little bit annoyed with it. And they were like, hey, listen, we just want to watch you play basketball. This is not the time to make a political statement. But Amanda is a public person. She's not a team. She's a one person, okay? And she has every right to post on her social media about things that she supports, just like other beauty influencers posted black squares, post things about their support for LGBTQ community, posted, you know, things about, like, you know, you could kind of tell who they were going to lean to vote for. They have every right to do that, just as she has every right to voice her support for her political party and for her God. That's the other thing. It's like, for people to criticize that she is not a true Christian. Who are you to tell somebody that they're not Christian enough? Who are you? At the end of the day, we are all going to be judged by God and God alone. Nobody is perfect. None of us. We all aim to be perfect. The only perfect person in this world ever was Jesus. That was it. Now, we all strive for that, but we'll never reach it because we were born sinners, you see? So that's how it works. So don't ever criticize somebody and say that they're not perfect, because I guarantee you, you are not perfect, just as I am not perfect. That's all I have for you today, but please do not forget to like this video, share this video, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Definitely drop a comment and let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys next time for another video. Thank you. Bye-bye.
red.